year, we have a new feature-packed Poco phone, the Poco F7 Pro. Could this be the flagship killer to watch out for in 2025? I'm Will for GSM Arena, and let's find out in our Poco F7 Pro review. The Poco F7 Pro is a premium mid-ranger, providing many features you'd like from a flagship at a lower price. That price is made possible by having last year's chipset, a shortcoming which is addressed in the more expensive F7 Ultra model. Still, the F7 Pro's chipset is not one to scoff at, and the phone also has a high-quality display, fast charging, and a sizable battery. The back of the F7 Pro is flat and made of glass, with a dual-tone design. The upper third is mostly glossy, while the rest is frosted. The aluminum frame is flat and lends some extra grip. Overall, the phone feels quite premium. Xiaomi has improved the ingress protection this year. Rather than just splash-proofing, the Poco F7 Pro is now IP68 rated against dust and water submersion. The F7 Pro has what seems like the same display as last year, a 6.67-inch OLED with a QHD resolution and 120Hz refresh rate. This time around, it's protected by Gorilla Glass 7i. The max brightness is higher this year too, for even better usability outdoors. We measured a maximum of about 780 nits with the manual slider, and this can boost up to 1480 nits in auto mode when you need it. The panel looks great. It's extra sharp with a pixel density of 526 ppi. You also get perks like 12-bit color depth and support for the Dolby Vision and HDR10 Plus video standards. However, since it doesn't use LTPO tech, this screen's refresh rate isn't as adaptive as some flagships. It can go from a smooth 120Hz to a minimum of 60Hz while idling to save power. For audio, there's a pair of stereo speakers with very good loudness. We like the phone's sound output. It's got a good balanced frequency response and no real flaws to speak of. You can check out the link below for a comparison tool to listen for yourself. You can wake up and unlock the phone with an under-display fingerprint reader. It's an ultrasonic one and very fast and reliable. And the phone comes with 256 or 512 gigs of storage on board, and that isn't expandable through microSD. The interface of the phone is Xiaomi's newest HyperOS 2 on top of Android 15. It brings some optimizations and aesthetic tweaks compared to the previous version, but it runs much the same way as what you'd get on any recent Xiaomi or Poco phone. Of course, there are AI features too. You get Google's Gemini AI assistant on board, with all of the functionality that it provides. There are also AI functions for working with text. You'll find that within the Notes app. The AI can do things like summaries, proofreading, translation, and changing the layout. Other AI-based features include an interpreter for real-time translation and subtitles. That's available within supported apps. There are AI-based tools in the gallery too, like AI Sky, which can change the sky in your photo and even dramatically change the scene. And for software support, the Poco F7 Pro comes with the promise of 4 years of major software updates and 6 years of security patches. As I mentioned earlier, the Poco F7 Pro packs a high-end chipset, last year's Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. While it isn't cutting edge anymore, it's still quite powerful, providing the same performance you'd expect from a 2024 flagship. In benchmarks, the Poco F7 Pro does an excellent job. To get any better these days, you'd have to go for a phone running this year's top silicon, such as the Poco F7 Ultra. The thermal management here is pretty decent too. We observed a better than expected result in our prolonged CPU stress test. The graphics-based stress test did induce thermal throttling though. Xiaomi has upped the battery capacity this year from 5,000 mAh to 6. As a result, the battery life is considerably better this time around. In our testing, the F7 Pro earned a great active use score of 13 hours and 51 minutes. That's compared to about 10.5 hours last year. The phone supports 90-watt charging, and the official charger can come in the box in some markets. With it, we were able to charge the Poco F7 Pro from 0 to 53% in just 15 minutes, and a full charge took 34 minutes overall. That's really fast. There's no support for wireless charging here though, which you do get on the Ultra model. And now the cameras. On the back, there's a main camera paired with an ultrawide. Poco has cut the 2-megapixel macro cam this time around. Also, there's a new selfie camera on the front. It's 20 megapixels compared to last year's 16 megapixel one. Despite the upgrade, the detail level here isn't great. You do get lively colors and wide dynamic range though. The 50 megapixel main camera is the same as last year, and it does a very good job during the day. There's plenty of detail, with a natural rendition, pleasant colors, and excellent dynamic range. People shots are also looking great on the Poco F7 Pro, at least at the native zoom level. The photos taken at 2x digital zoom are pretty solid. Detail is still good, though the rendition isn't as fine as with the unzoomed shots. At night, you can get some excellent photos from the Poco F7 Pro's main camera, and not just for the class either, but also in absolute terms. Detail is great. Dynamic range is nicely wide, with both extremes developed well, and white balance and color saturation are top-notch too. The 8 megapixel ultrawide cam takes great photos for this sort of camera. The output is contrasty and sharp. We also appreciate the colors and dynamic range. Just like during the day, the ultrawide punches above its class after dark, with a pretty good dynamic range. Shadows and darker areas can end up mushy, but that isn't unexpected for an ultrawide cam. The F7 Pro's main cam can record video in all the way up to 8K resolution. The ultrawide and selfie cams are capped at 1080p. We're quite liking the F7 Pro's main camera videos. These 4K clips capture a lot of fine detail, and treated with nicely mature processing. Dynamic range and colors are easy to like as well. The ultrawide's 1080p capture isn't too sharp, but its global parameters are alright. The F7 Pro's stabilization does well. Walking shake is ironed out, with just a little bit of wobble left, and pans are trouble-free. And in the dark, the main camera does a great job, with superb detail for the class, wide dynamic range, and accurate colors. Alright, that's the Poco F7 Pro. There's a lot to like here, including the high-res display, a flagship-grade chipset, great battery life, and fast charging. Plus, even though you don't expect good cameras on a flagship killer, their performance here is quite solid, except for maybe the selfie cam. All in all, if you're looking for a nice, high-performance mid-ranger that's no slouch in the camera department, the Poco F7 Pro is worth recommending. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're looking for alternatives, you can check out our reviews of the Xiaomi 14T Pro and the OnePlus 13R. Let us know what you think, and I'll see you on the next one.